Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Offbeat. This your man, Jack Analog. Today, we got a special guest, my guy, Music Head Beats. What it do, man? How you doing today, bro?
What's good, big dog? Zagazow. What up? What up?
All right, all right. Yeah, so quick story, I'm doing the beat battles, right? And I had already done like a couple and I did like different ones. So I was kind of, you know, I was still getting my feel, but I was, kind of gaining traction, right? So it was one battle, right? And uh I met my man here, right? He was quiet, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of was just sitting in the corner chilling, right? And like I was like, and I was talking to my boy Easy and I said, bro, dudes like that, man, they usually monsters. Like they be quiet, they don't be saying much. And sure enough, and then we met in the championship, and he busted me down. Know what I'm saying? So welcome my guy, Music Head Beats, to the show, y'all. Know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
So, bro, I like to ask the producer that come on, like, I feel like it's an important question. What inspired you to just start like making music like on a serious level?
It's interesting because I got into music when I was like, I want to say 6. And when I went to school, we had to choose between, percussion or regular instruments. You had to try out. So I tried out with the trumpet. And then, of course, I did my percussion test. So basically, that was just knocking on the table. I play the drums anyway, so it was just knocking on the table. I passed that with flying colors. Then he did the, with the trumpet. I passed that, so I had a choice to choose with the brass or percussion. I always into the drums and everything, so that's how I fell into it. I had to play the drums by ear with my man, one of my favorite musicians by the name of Andre Billups. He taught me how to play the drums. As simple as this. He said, if you can count to 4, you can play the drums. He broke it down like this. You clap on 2 and 4. You kick on 1 and 3. On slower songs, it's half time, and your clap is on 3. So once I learned that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. He said, fill it in. So that's how I started. For real, for real.
Yo, that's wild. So you actually started with instruments. So you was actually playing.
Mhm.
So what was the transition into like producing? You know what I mean? Like when did that transition happen?
It was early. I say maybe I really started making beats in 9th grade, but I wanted to beforehand. And I'll say seriously in 9th grade because before then, I was playing on the keyboard, recording myself. I had the Casio. The Casio got 6
Okay.
tracks. So I would
Right.
record it and I'm like, yo, that's, what I'm saying? I'm making beats or whatever. But I always felt like I didn't know how to do it. Like I got introduced to FL Studio. My man Chris, Chris MacArthur. He gave me the copy. I downloaded the joint. Funny story is I lost his pen. Some other shit. I ended up getting it back and giving it to him, but it's crazy. My first copy of FL Studio, I think it was like FL2 or FL3. But I always feel like I didn't understand the programming of music. You know what I'm saying? I could always play the drums, but I didn't understand the programming. But I feel like I could do it. Even in church, I was like, yo, I'm hearing them playing the drum, but I know they're not playing that with their hands. Some of the feels they were doing was crazy. And I'm
Right.
like, electronic. And one of the ministers of music was telling me that, and he was showing me the programs. And I'm like, but that's not better than me. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like it's not better than me, and I could do it myself with it not. So once I started learning how to do it, it was over from there.
Okay. so you kind of got into Fruity Loops, right? So
Yeah.
did you kind of build off of Fruity Loops, and did you venture into any other types of production gear?
So actually, yeah, because with the Casio, it had the programming, but you know the drums was on the keys. So before I even started
Right.
making beats, I would play the piano, like listening, trying to mimic and stuff back. So that's how I learned how to play the piano. Like I think the first song I learned to play was like All My Life, like Casey and JoJo. So just
Yo,
trying to
that's
mimic stuff
crazy.
back. Right. So I ain't never had no MPC or nothing like that. It was just that Casio. Even before that, I had a tape. I would record myself making the beat on the tape, put it in another tape, record it, play that tape, add some more, put it back in the tape. Just do that to try to build and build until I got one beat before I actually got on the computer. But as far as like
Uh-huh.
MPCs and shit like that, analog shit, I never really had the funds to get it. So like when I actually jumped hands on it, it was FL. But again, it was that Casio, right? You know, then playing with different churches and learning how to play the keys, I hopped on like a motif every now and then or something like that, like older
Uh-huh.
keyboards. But that's really how I jumped into it, honestly.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild, man. it's wild that, um, like a lot of the producers been up here, they just mentioned Casio and like I don't know any producer, include myself, that didn't have some form of a Casio keyboard. Like
Yeah,
them
that
joints in
was
Radio Shack, it wasn't like they was like super, you know what I mean? Like, and
facts.
so you go like, hey man, I want that, you know what I mean? You and really sometimes you didn't even know that it had sample time on it. Like,
Right.
you just wanted a piano. Then it's like, oh, you can sample, then you find out, oh, that's how they, so you try to run in your little goofy samples and stuff, but like, I remember when I had it, I was still goofy. I
Right.
wasn't really, you know what I mean? Nowhere close to the level I'm on now. Like I would, I do goofy stuff. Like I record something and then speed it up real fast. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bing, ding, 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 I thought that
Bro,
shit
we
was
was
funny. You
trying
know what
to
I'm
remake like the songs that was on the radio, and like back then we was real big into like Baltimore club music. So just doing that, that was real easy. Boom, 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 and then putting the sample on it, like SpongeBob SquarePants. That's why when you play that verse with me, I was like, oh, we used to sample SpongeBob on some other shit. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Yo.
So it hit different. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yo,
different
that's wild,
elements.
man. So so right now, what's your what's your weapon of choice? Your current weapon of choice.
It's interesting because like FL's always been my shit. That's my favorite dog. But I'll formulate my drums and my melodies and my chops and everything on the MPC. And then I guess I'll track it out in FL to clean it up and create the song and format. And then really I use that SP for performances, you know what I'm saying, to present it. Yeah, I
Mm.
can add extra elements on it. But yeah, mainly the MPC really is my main and the FL for programming it.
Mm.
I like the
Okay.
natural essence of, making my own chops. Even playing my drums, like I don't like a lot of sequence quantized drums. Um,
Right.
I like to do it myself, So if I can play, I'll play it out versus sequencing it and pinching and
Right.
pushing it in. Like, nah. Or if I
Right.
do, I'll
Oh,
draw them myself.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm pretty much the same. I don't, like certain things like, and if I do, I'm gonna put so much of a swing on it that you know what I mean? It's
Right,
never.
King too.
I was taught. I was just taught, man. You never quantize on the
Beat.
one, as they say.
Right.
Never. Like that's against the law, which was wild because when I when I started embracing, like trap style beats, um, that was like a discovery because, like, what we used to do, we used to take joints and run it in. It's like, yo, what's this drum pattern? And of course,
Mm-hmm.
dudes like Dilla, you realize like it's not one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He it's live. So and that's how I made a lot of discoveries. I pull it in, I match the tempos, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
then, run them joints and just, figure it out, you know what I mean? So uh
See, the thing that got me with that was I record, but I don't really record. But recording some of the trap artists, I realized they don't rap on the one, and that's not even unintentional. You know what I'm saying? They low key really can't catch the beat. They're just rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then I started realizing like you can't position on the one because it's gonna be offbeat anyway.
right.
So the way
But
the whole
then
rap
like
style.
no, go ahead.
Oh yeah, not the whole rap style is just it's an offbeat cadence anyway. And I think like for example like G Herbo, that's a offbeat cadence the way he rap anyway. Versus someone like Jadakiss or Style who's giving it to you da but a da with a certain cadence. It's just different elements, and I know it's different genres, but just giving an example of offbeat and offset.
Yeah, no. I get the relationship, um the vocals or the lyrics rather to the beat, like they kind of it's almost a flip in a sense, you
Right,
know what I'm saying? Like
right.
they flip, but the discovery was that basically, hey man, it's okay to quantize on the one. Like you want to quantize those type beats, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to, because well, I'll say normally, you know what I mean? Because there's no
Hmm.
rules, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
most of the time, I haven't, when I did my little experiment and found, I was like, this shit is on the one. It's not on the, you know what I mean? It literally is laying on the one, the three, the snares, and then, you can program the snares, your MP, you can just, note repeat,
Right, right, right.
then whatever note, A16. So it was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. So that's how I kind of, now it's like, oh, now I can just do me with that
Right, right,
style. You know what I mean? Because that's really what I feel like is the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you do. You got to feel it, right? But
right.
it's got to be genuine. It's got to be coming from you. It can't be coming from, it's not, it's a difference between being uh inspired and just, like following the trends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gotta
And
fit. Like regardless of it, it gotta fit. You know what I'm saying?
right. Um, so yeah, what what do you be doing to well nah, let me take it back first. So I asked you what your weapon of choice was, right? So out of all the tools that you use, um, what has given you the most amount of difficulty to, wrap your head around? Now we talking production, but then we also, you know, want to consider uh mixing, um, and then like if you record, you know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
anything associated with your overall production, any unit, hardware, software, plug-in that just like, you know, give you problems or is difficult to use
So like,
or was difficult to learn, like
okay.
whichever gave you the most, you know what I mean?
Um, I'm really gonna say the MPC because coming up with FL is not you didn't really have to have any external pieces. It was just everything is on the computer in one spot. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, when I thought about NPC and everything like that, I felt like if that's just finger drumming, like I can do that. Until I really looked at the aspect of like a Arab music, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I can do that. Like they're really just doing that, but I just felt like it was just easier to get on the computer and just click, click, click. So to learn how to
Right.
use the aspect of the NPC and then the benefits of being able to cut exactly what you want and keep the feel of it, catching grooves of it. Um, I don't know, it just feel more natural. I'm a I can adapt to anything. Like
Right.
that will
And
fucking me
that
up.
yeah, that's one thing that and a lot of producers come up here and say that it's like, yo, like I started with this, but then, I went to this, like me, I started, on a Triton. And actually what inspired me was seeing somebody run uh bass guitar into a EPS 16 keyboard, you know what I mean, which
Mm,
was the predecessor of the ASR 10,
mm,
and ran three notes in ding boom boom and scaled it. I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but he scaled it and then started playing this wild bass line like I was like,
mm.
wow, like that. I had no clue, right? And I
Right,
was,
right. The
he was in a
possibilities.
he right, and he was part of a reggae band. I actually, you know, interacted with them. I even, you know, sometimes played some chords, just that, them
Right.
the more easy triads that eh, eh, and, only them songs out, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But like um, like I said, I dealt with Tritons, ASRs, and then, the MPs, the MV, the rolling MVs, like you know, and then Ninth Wonder basically got me in the box because I was like, uh, I killed me that he was using Fruity Loops on top of that. So, but
Man,
yeah, I ended up going in the box and I always had recorded in Logic. You know what I mean? Like that was still like my recording uh DAW, you know what I mean? Yeah, I
mhm.
wasn't making any beats in it. I was just, running all my sounds. I had
Imma
Yamaha
take it
racks
back.
and
We use, Magic Music Maker to try to record.
Music Maker. You
Yeah,
talking about
Magic.
on the was that on the phone or on the iPad?
No, the Magix was a, Windows computer, like Windows a
Oh,
yeah, Windows
oh,
7,
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
like
Yeah, yeah.
Acid,
I'm thinking
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, so you gotta think for me, like when I was on a PC, right, we was using like I don't know if you heard Samplitude, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
We was using programs like oh man, I think we had Cubase, you know what I'm saying?
Cubase, I remember
It was
Cubase.
it was another one we had too, man. But we were still using that rolling what is it, 3100 mixer, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like BM 3100. Never forget it, the big blue bomb. Like she was
Big
she
boy.
was tough, you know what I'm saying? But like um I mean like now, man, like with everything being in a box and like I'll be honest, like the MP, yeah, I got like all my samples are in my drive in my MP. But
Right.
I, unless I can't be at my workstation,
Mm.
you know, I can
Nice.
make something in here, but
Yeah.
it's still gonna come back to Logic. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
It's
right,
still
right,
gonna
right, right, right.
so this home base. You know what I mean? So, but it's good. I know hardware, and I can appreciate it. But in the end, like if I got the choice, and with the
Mhm.
setup, I'm still using the pads off my MP. So I got kind of best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
That was my
So
concept too, cause I had, like I said, used the Casio back in the day, and then once I learned the FL, I was on that, and it was like I kind of didn't want to go to the MP because I didn't really understand it, even the smaller ones. But then
right.
I lost FL at one point, so I was forced to learn this joint. So that's another aspect too.
Yeah, that's what and that's why it's important to um get a foundation, doesn't matter where you start.
Right,
Just start first of all and then get that foundation. And then you're gonna find out like, if you gotta go somewhere else, it translates easily. You know what I mean? You still gonna
right.
have to figure out however that piece of hardware or software or whatever, if it, phone, like Koala. Like I need to dig back into Koala, but it burned my phone up. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm
like
not even
I
hip to
didn't.
koala.
Yeah, man. So it's wild. Like you can record you can screen record a YouTube video and run that joint in Koala. Koala will turn that joint into audio.
Oh yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah. Okay,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I do with my samples. It's crazy because a lot of the samples, I ask my man, I ask my yo, give me something to sample, or I hear something on the TV. Like the next one I'm about to sample is damn, what's that commercial? It's an insurance commercial I'm about to sample, but I literally go to YouTube, screen record it, and I send it to YouTube to MP3, and it'll turn it to the audio for me. And then from there, I throw it in the MP, chop it up, take the keyboard, add my bass line, throw my keys, and then start programming them drums.
Yeah.
But yeah, I screen
Yeah.
record most of my samples.
Yeah. But and it's wild because like as I'm actually telling you this, I'm like, yo, like I can I can be doing that. Like I don't even have to use it in Koala, right? But I still can be getting samples and converting them, and then I can just shoot them to the my computer, like you know what I mean. So like I
With
can
the
be
MP, you can
collecting.
record the sample straight into the SP. I mean, straight into the MP now.
Yeah, I
Which is
know,
crazy
but I'm
too.
saying, but I can be at work though,
Oh
right? And
yeah,
I can
yeah.
just be like, ooh, and then I can just boom, screen record the joint. I mean, really, I could probably run it in, but having Koala, I could just boom, and then I can also like mess around with it a little bit. Like, hey, oh, I already found this chop already. You know what I mean? So when I get home, rob it in. I already know where I want to chop. Boom. You know what I
You
mean?
make it
I
a
can just
loop or
keep
whatever.
going. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
Create your own loop.
that's that's what I like about like I I'm only gonna add tools that's like gonna give me more efficiency. So like, I don't need the
Right, right, right.
the latest and greatest or the newest. Like unless that newest thing is gonna provide a certain amount of efficiency. You know what I mean? Because at this point, you know, you either gonna be making good shit or you not, right? I mean that so if you ain't improve, if it's not improving what you're already doing or making it more efficient so you can do it a lot more, I don't see a reason for you to invest in it because this is
Yeah, my
a
shit is use what
game of
works for you.
investment.
You know, like at one point I was using GarageBand to record certain things. So my thing is use what best works for you or use what you got access to. And everybody don't have access to like Ableton and everything like that. So you
Yeah,
use what works best for you and use what's more efficient, like you said, to help you get what you need. I'll use certain programs for certain sounds, for certain mixing and stuff like that. So that's another thing I've learned. Like your mix is key over the years, because starting out, like in Crafty, you tell you, at some of them RJ's battles, listening to my mix, it was like they were like, "Yo, we get the concept, the structure is there, but the mix is bad." In my headphones, I'm boom. You get on stage, that shit is terrible. And that'll fuck up
yeah,
everything.
yep, yep. And I think that's an aspect of production that doesn't get a lot of shine. People, and it's like it kind of takes you really to get outside. You know what I mean, and
Right.
really, you know, go beyond. Because like you know, I'll be real with you. Like, I was running a lot of stuff on like spaces like Twitter spaces and stuff, and like Mugs was they, this was before the beat battles. They was like your drums, like they always talk about my drums, right? But
Mhm.
that's in this circuit, right? So then I come out, I go to these battles, and they like, yeah, man, your drums kind of weak. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Okay, and then I'm listening, and then I'm so I'm comparing too, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, I think I see what they talking about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now I don't hear nobody talking about. You know what I'm saying? my
That's
drums
sure
beat,
improved
and
though. That's listening and applying as well. That's what a lot of people do. They don't accept criticism. Um, but
yeah,
even in that battle arena, I've learned a lot. Like beat selection is very important according to whatever you're doing. Like a showcase is one thing, playing beats is one thing, but then battling is a whole nother thing, which I've kind of learned. It's not just getting up there playing beats. If you're gonna do that, then that's not might not be the thing in a sense. That makes sense.
right, right. I
Just
agree.
depending on what you're trying to do too. So I mean, but yeah, battling has taught me a lot, and it's fun. It'll help you get better. It'll challenge you. So that's why I like it.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, I like to mention you are now looking at the current RPM champion.
Facts. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Just popped in my head. Just popped in my head. Yep.
Facts.
Um.
That battle was.
So yeah, that battle was crazy. I missed the ending of it. You know what I mean? I had to work. Uh. I saw it though. I saw it.
Yeah, that
That
battle
was
was
beautiful.
fire.
And that and it was those things, man, that like really inspired me and led me to, you know, like help start the plug and play session, like
Right.
the one we just did. Um and like I told you, I'm also trying to,
Yes, you fuck.
get into other spots, you know what I mean? Some stuff on this side of the water, you know what I'm
Right, right,
saying?
right,
We can,
right.
you know what I mean, and then bring some of the boys over here and kind of um, you know, like and also, man, I just feel like that, you know, the spots I see, I don't think they're public enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're cool spots, they dope. Like don't get me wrong, but like um for what they are, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I mean?
It'll be a good look for
It's
both.
almost it's niche. Yeah, but it's kind of they niche. And these are just the ones I see. They're
Mm-hmm.
the niche, they you know what I mean? Like like now when I seen the joints in like lounges and stuff, those kind of give a different vibe to me. You know what I mean? But like the spots I seen, and that's why I said, yo, I want to try to get in the more public spots. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Um, yo,
Drop
shout out to
top.
Bojangles, man. I might try to holler at them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't
Do a
shut
do
down
a
those
set.
guns. Get money.
Yeah, do a set in the Bojangles. You know what I'm saying? My
Man,
mother's getting
chicken.
their
Beat some
chicken. Know
chicken.
what I mean? Yeah,
That's
beets and chicken. You know what I'm saying? Beets and breasts. Know what I mean? Yeah.
fire.
So yeah, yep. So bro, you was just talking about the showcases, right? Um,
Right.
so I know, as that's how we met. So I know that's one way that you network. But are there any other ways that you kind of network or collaborate? You know what I'm saying with other people?
With the showcases and also I got a couple artists I work with up in DC. A couple of guys I'm with the school with putting out projects doing music. Nico Miles, also my nigga Pyro. Check him out. So I'll be able to get you the information, shoot you all that shit so we can get it posted correctly. Um,
All right.
but yeah, that's me to you.
Nah, that's me, man. You know what I mean?
I thought I was tripping. But
Cooking.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, we good. Appreciate that.
yeah,
That's
money
my
bag
son.
mix, you know what I'm saying? I do some
All
production for
right.
them as well. But yeah, pretty much, but I'm really just building. I'm working on my event as well. That's why I want to kind of partner with you, so we'll chop that up as well. But I got my event coming as
No
well,
doubt.
and yeah, I just be working on trying to do this sync license and shit. Get some of this residual money come back to me. But outside of that, just trying to learn, grow.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about that, man. Like cause respect my man Sway Boogie. Like right at the end of his segment, he was talking about sync license. What do you what has been your journey with that so far?
Say again?
Like with this you just mentioned sync licensing, right?
Right.
Right. Like I was just asking you, what was the journey? What's your journey been in, like learning about that?
Well, I'm just researching. I'm trying to hop into it myself. I've seen different avenues, so I'm just trying to take those approaches. Um, I feel like my type of music is more cinematic, opposed to
I agree.
yeah, I make sing along music and rap and stuff like that, but my music's more cinematic, so it has to feel. And in fact, I make a lot of my beats based on, movies and just feel intention. So I love scoring and stuff like that. So that's why I really want to jump into it. I've always like heard jingles, man. I used to come up with jingles for these commercials. Now I'm seeing these people get paid. I've been doing this for years, remixing this shit, like, and it's like it's just trying to just go get the money, or just jump into it anyway, just learn the aspect. But I'm like, bro, I've been doing that, so why not?
Yeah. Uh so I know what I do know is sync license of course you want to have your publishing
Yeah,
established.
certainly.
That's you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's an
And
aspect that needs to be educated a lot more, especially to these young and up and coming producers.
well, and I guess shout out to ASCAP because I heard that right now, um, now I don't know if this is just for BMI people only, but uh, I know it was $100 to get your publishing, uh, um, you know, your publishing for ASCAP, right? Writers is free, publishing costs 100.
Right.
Well, I heard that if you switch from BMI to ASCAP, you get it's free, you know what I mean, to get your publishing license along with the writer. So,
Basically, they'll
hey, if you
pay to allow you to switch.
I believe so. Now I don't know if that's just for people that's switching or if that's just overall, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when you switch from BMI to ASCAP, I think there's like a 3 month wait time you gotta wait, I don't know if it's a processing thing, but I heard they kind of working together now. So uh, you know, it is what it is. But um y'all check into that. Because the publishing
Yeah,
is
educate
key.
me,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Educate me. I need to know everything.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah, because when um I know you wanna have some knowledge of the MLC, mechanical license.
Hmm.
I forgot what the C stand for, but uh basically they're the ones that I believe track the licensing. So, you know, um, because so this is what I know about sync licensing steps. So the first step is to get your song, submitted, right? That's the first step. You gotta figure out where, you know, you want to submit, which uh the sync briefs, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And on the sync briefs, they actually explain everything they want. You know what I'm saying? Like they tell
Right.
you the type of song. Well, first of all, it's gonna tell you like we're this type of company. For example, when I saw it, it said uh they were trying to do a sports uh some type of sports show and
Right.
they wanted like old school 90s. Like they literally old school 90s, 2000 hip hop. And
Right. They'll tell you what they're
they
looking
actually
for
named
specifically.
right. And then they named three tracks. They named Biggie Hypnotize, um, Jump Around, uh, House of Pain, and Don't Sweat the Technique, Rakim,
Right.
right? So they named three tracks to give you give you guidance, you know what I mean? So
Like a
then,
reference.
you know, right. But then like I also noticed like um a lot of wanted you to be kind of associated with some type of uh place that, they already kind of work together at, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here, I can't remember the name of that. It's a it's a platform that like the music supervisors be on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's kind of how you can network with them. I gotta go back in and do the knowledge, but
Fast, fast. Yeah, get it to me,
so that
man. I'm
that's
like I
how
said,
you.
I'm trying to learn it.
Yeah, yeah. Most def, man. I mean, I'm I mean, you know, I've been moving around so much. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
before I even came into the beat battles, like that's what I was doing. Like I was, looking up the what is it, IRSC, ISRC
come on.
codes, and I was like deep into that stuff because that was all kind of like the publishing aspect. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I kind of, you got sucked into this world, which, you know, I mean, really, that's kind of generated to where I'm at right now talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the power that y'all drew out of this. You know what I mean?
Sound
And I
going
just
out.
felt like y'all needed exposure. You needed more exposure. So, that's why we here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
And
fact,
I,
but your sound getting low.
yeah, you can't hear me? Okay. So yeah, I was saying, I heard them babies in the background, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know, as we know, they're definitely a priority, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
as a producer, you know what I'm saying, how do you keep that balance, where, of course, you gotta take care of children, it's Valentine's Day, so you're gonna have to do your thing
Right.
if you got your significant, but it's other things we got to deal with, you know what I mean?
Right.
Most of us got jobs. So how do you balance that, you know what I mean, with still uh and still do your production and, networking and collaboration?
Really, it took. I won't say it took me a while to try to learn how to balance because my son is only 4. He's turning 4. Matter of fact, next Wednesday. So his birthday is on the 10th. So, but making that transition into fatherhood and music, I felt like I always wanted to have something to pass down. So he just followed my path now anyway, picking up drumsticks, banging on the MPC, banging on the keys. I gotta let you hear some of his beats. And he's all right with it. But really
Right.
it's just that be my safe space. That be my safe haven too on my if I don't have those times to come in here and kind of do what I do, I'm kind of unbalanced. Or I'm going crazy. So that is my release, So going there, do my daddy duty, do my family duty, and then I set aside my times because I kick it a lot of times and come back here. Um, like I said, and he'd be my motivation. He'd be like, "Dad, you ain't made no beats." I'd be like, "You right? I'm like, let me go ahead and make something." So he kind of helps me as well. Sit inside, breathe,
Yeah. But I was just telling them, man, like, stuff happens, man. Wi-Fi signals go down.
everything.
They go out completely. You know what I'm saying? I done had, I was doing one with Theory, piece of my man Theory, and the whole Wi-Fi, my whole Wi-Fi, I ain't had no bars. I was barless. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Man,
like, power can go out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
our
these
projects,
are the,
computers crash. Man, I got
you
boy.
know what I mean? Camera can go out. You know what I mean? Like it, but
Whole
the
computer
point of
crash.
it is
Boy.
right, and see, we talking about the pod, but see, this really uh pertains also to music.
Yes.
Like res- my man, I just did Russell. Uh, he had a flood at his crib, but luckily, a lot of his stuff was not on the floor. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So he was good. You know what I mean? But yo, stuff can happen, man. If you don't have the right surge protect, catch a surge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff can
No,
get
that's
fried,
for
bro. I done
real,
seen it.
dog.
I done seen it. You know what I mean?
I've
So,
been there, done
um,
that, boy. To rebuild, lost again. I'm rebuilding now.
and then so like I think for me, because I done burnt up. I done burnt up G4s like joints that Office Max was using. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
uh, I think like once I realized like it's really the hard drives that you really concerned with, because
Hmm.
all them other pieces, like um they're gonna be obsolete at some point. You know what I mean? Your
That's true.
motherboards,
Yeah.
your RAM, that at some point. But them hard drives, they carry information. As long as you can extract
Transfer.
that information out.
Yeah.
So when them hard drives crash, that's the most hurtful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I had some of them old drives, man, because I was still using Logic. Boy,
Boy,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. So,
I'm staring at
um,
two Macs full of shit.
I would, I would definitely, and then like with me now, I'm getting into video, right?
Yeah.
So, if you get into video, you're already doing music. Then I'm doing graphics on top of that. Now
Need space.
you're eating up space. You know what I mean? So not only that, right?
Space.
You're eating up space, but you also, um, because like I told you, drives go out. So
Yeah.
you need to have backups. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So now if you're not backing up, and if you got like, the way I got mine set up, I have all my sound like libraries on one drive. I got
Right.
all my session files. Um,
On
I got
another.
so I got well now I got my session files and my waves on one joint. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have backups and of course in the operating system, but I don't have backups for none of that. So if any of
These,
them go
boy,
down, I'm done. You know what I mean?
these
So that's
boy, date them
hmm.
and save them. That's what I'm learning. Flash drives, date them and save them. Get 1,000 of them. Start dating and saving them. Like, cause that's been saving me. Cause these joints, these the OG lacy. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah. I
saying?
had one of
This,
them. Yeah. Yeah, I had the 500. And it was expensive. Like a 500, that joint
you feel me?
went
Like
down. Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit crash, boy. That shit is oh.
yeah. So if you any, I think and if you really think about it, it's like when we talk about, because we were talking about the hardware, right? Like,
Yeah.
yo, what if you spill some on your MP? Well, you can go
Yes.
back to Fruity Loops, right?
Or
But
especially with
like,
some of them being older, something go out, they don't have the parts to fix that shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
right, and
Because it's obsolete. Yeah.
right, and then like, I mean, I don't know if you was aware, but like before they even came out with the MPC 3, they discontinued the 2 live. But normally, what happens when they discontinue it, then some third party companies take
Pick it
over.
up.
You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So you can still get parts, but there's a lull in between that time because they gotta get the information
Inventory.
to be
Yeah,
able to.
inventory and
Cause
everything.
yeah, so if you get your stuff break, boom, you can't get nothing. You know what I mean? You gotta wait, or as what a Kai won't. Hey, just get the 3. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Upgrade.
Yeah,
Upgrade.
yeah. You know what I mean? Or find somebody that's trying to off they
Yeah.
T2 or whatever to get the new 3. You know what I'm saying? So, very important, man, to consider, you know, your backups. Like this interface. I got a Apollo, and I, I mean, this joint like 8, 9 years old, man. That's
Like,
I ran like 2 grips on it. That's like the most expensive thing I bought at a Guitar Center. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
got
walking out of the store with it, I was nervous type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, uh,
you. And then the Avid
and
Audio.
yeah,
This joint. But when
yeah. You know what I
I got
mean?
this from the school though. That's another thing. I got a lot of my
Oh,
equipment from school, so I didn't really have to pay for a lot of my shit. Well, I did in
that's
the back
dope.
end, but
That's dope, man. That's dope. Hey, yo, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. I don't want your babies to be mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Um, respect, and I'm probably gonna see you next Friday at the cook up. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
definitely in the
Shout out
building.
to my man Alien Rod. Well, actually, the
Building.
cook up and oh my god,
Yeah.
it's
Too high.
Alien and Too High, and yeah, man, that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Um,
I can't leave without speaking about them brothers. I appreciate them. Just even joining the gang or the clique. It's amazing, you know, I started going to the Oh My God showcase and building around that, even with the RPM beat battles. I met Crafty way back when at the RJ's battles, and the relationships that you build. Um, you don't ever burn bridges, but it's amazing just keep growing in the musical journey, who you would meet and how you cross paths in the beginning and then later on in your career. It's just been a ride. It's been amazing to link up with them. So shout out to the hooligans, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the suppliers. Shout out to the brotherhood. Shout out to everybody associated to that whole thing though, because I appreciate it. I mean, I learn a lot from y'all, especially you, you know. So but
hey
definitely.
man, don't single me out.
Nah.
That's why I caught you first. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was like, yo, that CNC joint, man. Hey, y'all, man, y'all don't know what y'all missing, bro. Like, and I'm trying to get it out. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like yeah, we got our links and I mean our IGs and our Twitters and TikToks and stuff, right? But um I'm telling you, when I came outside, it's different. Like, and see, I was outside. I
Right.
was rapping with DMP, like Big
Ah,
Shot. Shout out to Big Shot, like
facts.
2004, 3, like Village Grill. Like even Knots remember that. Shout out Knots.
It's fire,
So
yeah.
like, I'm not new to outside, but it
Right.
was just something different and it was the y'all it was like, man, y'all love this. Like I could feel that. It won't no agendas. Like
Right, right, right.
that was the difference. You know what I mean? When I used to go out back in the day, there were agendas. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And um even up till I'm gonna just say an event that happened before COVID, there was an agenda. And it just basically, I was like, nope. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
I said, well, let me come out here because I ain't even really seen or heard of these guys. And it's like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? It was like
That's tough.
I found a little gem in London Lounge. And I mean, like, oh, man, I can't even name. That's why I just got to get y'all all up here individually, man. Cause like, and every time y'all come up here, y'all, you give me something. It's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
facts. Vice versa.
yeah. So, I just appreciate all of y'all. The brotherhood, the hooligans, the suppliers, the enchiladas, like whoever.
Facts.
Like,
Everybody.
if you
Yeah.
like do, and it's like, and it's a caliber too, like
Yeah, man.
it's a
That was
natural though, bro.
crazy.
Like it's not like this ain't like we like yo, well we got to keep it like because it's a lot of that. People
Yeah.
want to keep their thing in certain, and we kind of got a standard. I don't know if it's unknown or not, but
It's unspoken.
there is yeah, it's a unspoken standard because man, every showcase that I've been to where the I'm gonna just say the brotherhood been, it's been ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
but it's like
I'm
iron sharpens iron. That's what it is. Iron sharpens iron. Because it's motivation. I love it. I
man,
love it. When I hear it, I love
man, y'all gonna sharpen me into a lightsaber. Like
it.
it's just gonna be light, dog. Cause I'm like, yo, man, after that first battle, I think it was Kane. Shout out Kane. I said, man, y'all
Kane,
bringing out a
bro.
monster.
My
Yeah, y'all.
gosh.
I was like, y'all bring. Yeah, I got it. I'm Sunday.
Shout
I'm
out
getting.
Kane.
Yeah,
So
I'm
crazy.
getting my man. Yeah, Kane so crazy. That's my dog, man. That's my dog. You know what
Boy,
I
that's
mean?
me.
Yeah, I just if any name name, if that's what it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And that's what
Right.
make it so special. But don't nobody act like they whatever or nothing. Everybody
Right.
just like, yo, you know what I mean? And everybody just appreciate each other and for what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm
Right.
the, I like, you know, I didn't know how I look until I started videoing myself. My guy was telling me, "Hey, yo, man,
Energy.
shout out to my man Tay, ROT." He was like, "Hey, yo, bro." you need to make videos like my man Radiohead. Shout out to Radiohead in Canada. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, man, nah, I'm a producer, dog. Like, I wasn't even rapping at the time either. Then, um, I was like, dog, I'm a producer. I don't, nah, that felt goofy. Like, I don't want to do that, right? He was like, yo, man, Radiohead, radio. He kept hitting me, man. Like, it was like, somebody kept, hey, yo, man, hey, yo, man, hey, yo, man. So I was like, all right, man. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I recorded myself playing a beat, right? And when I looked at it, I was like, man, this is funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm wilding like that.
Right, right, right.
I was like, I'm show you. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, and it was so funny to me that I was like, I think somebody else gonna think this funny. That's why I put it out. It
Um,
turned into basically what I call the head nod videos, like, and that got me attraction to Buckshot, like
right,
Red Man. You know what I mean? All types of different dudes. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, emojis and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be on camera. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But like
Yeah, I was
it,
never a camera nigga.
right. But yeah, I felt like for what? You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't, some people want to be in front of the camera. Some people want that attention. I don't want that. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I don't know. It's like I'm just being me, but being me, people I don't get it, but
Mhm.
they're like, hey, so
Right.
okay, cool. And then they hear the beats, but like, um, I think that's another aspect that us as producers, because we by nature, you know, unless we collabing with you, like, I don't want to be around. I want to, any chance I get, I want to be able to make a beat. Like we talked about, we got
Right. To
wife, kids,
myself.
family, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
when we get
yeah.
time to ourselves, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But
Get
like
this nigga
when
out.
I was actually working on a joint, won't feeling it, I got a different idea than you hit me up. So I shut that down. But, as soon as we finish, I'm jump back up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But like a producer, they're gonna be like, no, pot, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not
Stay in your
understanding
lane.
that, yeah, not understanding that, um, in this era, you gotta do more than make beats. You know what I'm saying? Like how we come outside, that's a whole different aspect, bro. Like
Yeah.
producers don't do that.
It's a
They
whole nother
don't.
element though. It's exposure as well because that's my thing is like it's one thing to make the music or make the product. But if you want to expand what you do, you have to have a way to put it out, and you have to have a face to go with what you're doing. You can hear the name,
Exactly.
heard the name, heard the name. Who is that? Who is that? They can't put a face to it. You know what I'm saying? People lose the
Exactly.
interest, and that's another thing I'm learning. And even just the value of what you're doing too. I like try to put on a production on the little shit that I am doing. It draws the interest. It creates a different balance and anticipation. For what's next to come. Like that whole
Right.
shit, not to keep dwelling, but that whole battle, with Jet, like the production and leading up to it. Like I love shit like that, and
That was so dope. That
man,
was dope. I love that.
when
Like
he did it and the response, I was like, oh, I like this nigga right here. I love it. And then
yeah,
he makes it fun,
yeah.
and the
Y'all raised
response
that.
from the people was crazy.
Yeah, I felt like y'all had raised the stakes on the whole.
Yeah, one
Like
more.
I'm like, dang man, even the Segs gonna be like, uh, they battling, on the IG promo. Like
Yeah, hell
it was
yeah.
dope, man. I
Yeah,
mean
when he thought
that's
that he took on his
yeah.
character, Macho Man, I said, "Oh, I'm going with Ric Flair." Woo! And it was dope
Yo,
because it translated into the beats too. So, like, if you listen, like I had cuts from Ric Flair, I had him saying "Music Here" come out to play on the beat. So, like, I love shit like that. So it made it a
mm,
main event. Like,
yeah.
it was fire. It was tough.
Yeah, that was dope, man. And it's stuff like that, man, that
Yeah,
makes this thing so much fun. And I just feel like we, is like hip hop heads. I don't even know if I like to claim that sometimes, but we want to hold things in a
box.
certain box. But I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, I'm like the reality is, bro, is like when hip hop came out. it came out on at block parties.
Yeah.
People was partying, you know what I mean? The MC want somebody that was a lyrical miracle, you know what I mean?
Right.
He was just hyping up the crowd.
Move
It
the
turned
crowd.
into, it turned into, you know what I'm saying, a dude versus, and then they became recording artists, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So there's a transition, and a lot of people kind of forget, like, yo, the real essence of it when it wasn't making money, you know what I'm saying? It was about partying. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
They didn't want to talk about, they didn't want to talk about somebody getting killed, somebody boom boom. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right,
Because
right. Having
they
a
want to
good
get
time.
away
You
from
trying to
that
get away
because
from that. Yeah.
yeah, because they already dealing with for that for real. It's like I don't want to hear that now. You know what I mean? But like some kind of way, and I'm only reason I connected to recording artists is because like, you know, if you look at from like what is it, 78 to like 88, you know what I'm saying? Um, there was a lot of, at first there was a lot of pushback, but then there was a lot more labels that started popping up, you know what I'm saying? Creating more recording artists, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Till we get that 88, which, you know, some people might say 91 to 98, but, 88, 98 golden era, you know what I'm saying? Um, So I want to get back to that fun, and that's why I and appreciate y'all so much because you know, y'all got all of it. You know what I mean? Because I like
Right.
the grimy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I make the grimy, but like, you know,
I like to have
every
fun, man. Like,
yeah, I like
turn
to
me
have
up.
fun.
Like, turn me
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And
Like and I'm not a young goofy. You know what I mean? I'm an old
yeah,
goofy.
my
You know what
thing
I'm
when
saying?
I was going out and doing shit, like it was like I'm trying to go out and have fun, and I'm trying to make the music that's gonna make me have fun. Even with the showcases and things, I heard some of the realest advice is like, don't stand up there like you don't like your own beats. Like you up there stiff and you listening
Yeah,
like you ain't got to be the tough guy all the time. Have fun and laugh. Like okay,
yeah,
you make the stank
exactly. You know
faces
what I'm
one
saying?
thing, but I want to have fun. I want you to be like, oh shit, that's tough. I remember that. Like that's the type of stuff that I make. I wanted to feel
Yeah.
nostalgic. I wanted to feel original. I wanted to feel update, but at the same time, it's like, oh damn. Like how y'all, I like the feedback. Like, oh, you flipped that. That's kind of crazy. Boom. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, and like I'm like, man, I hope he play that joint again at the showcase. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like, yo, that's how it be, man. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I be,
yeah.
it be certain joints. I'm like, man, I hope Alien play, man, I
Yes.
hope Too High play. Yeah, I mean, just you know, I'm a fan of y'all, and y'all inspire me. So
No,
how
that's a
could it not
fact.
be like that? You know what I'm
That's for
saying?
sure.
Like,
That's how I'd be like, man. I'd be wanting to buy beats just to listen to them. I don't even rap. Just let me get that. I can put that on repeat. Just a
yo.
couple of joints. I'd be like, damn, dog, let me hear that. Just let me get it.
Yeah, and like oh yo, I ain't trying to toot nothing, but like so I got to join. I heard a track from Jack. And shout out my man Jack the General.
Facts.
Matter of fact, rotations about to come on in about 10 minutes, I believe. Shout out to rotations, uh Professor
Tap
M.
in. Tap
Um,
in.
but I listened to Jack. He sent me a track and I was like, I heard it, and I was like, yo, this joint. I said, yo, man, send me this track. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I got to really listen to it when I got it and listened to it. Yo, instant zone, bro. I think I was at work. Wrote my 16, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got home and I recorded it. You know what I mean? Then I sent it to Jack, right? I was thinking, because he rapped too.
Right.
Matter of fact, he got a joint out now with Soul City. Shout out to
Facts.
Soul
Yeah.
City.
Facts.
Um, uh, So I sent him the joint thinking he gonna rap on it, right? Um, and he was like, yo, yeah, I might give my shout out Doc Marzi. He might get on the joint, whatever, right? So I was like, cool.
Boy.
But
Go
check
ahead.
it. Uh, so he hit me up the other day, was like, yo, I got some good news, bro. I was like, yo, what up? He said, you know that joint you did, the DMV joint? I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, Cool Kim said he trying to get on that. I was
That's
like, what?
fine.
You know, I said, what? Like, I knew we talking about rapping, man. Like,
Right.
so see, I remember what I tell you. I didn't want to rap. I
Right. You
ain't want to
never
get on.
know though.
I didn't want to rap. I didn't want to get in front of the camera. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do that. Know what I mean? But what I'm seeing is a lot of times the stuff you don't want to do might be the things you need to do.
You don't
Actually,
know what people want to hear, dog. Like, and that's what I had to do with playing certain beats, because I'd be like, bro, people tired of hearing this. Like, you make the music to put it out. You let the people gravitate to what they want to hear. You know, imagine if some of your favorite artists never made the songs that they put out because they didn't like it. You know, like you wouldn't have a lot of these
right,
hits. That's one thing
right,
I'm starting to learn and understand. Like, you might not like or you might not think that's the one, but it's about what the people want to hear. You're gonna make what you want to make anyway. You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's fire.
right. Yeah. Yo, man, I'm gonna let you go here, man. I appreciate you, but I want you to I got one last question for you. So,
Facts.
um, if you was you at 12, right? Or not so much even yourself, but like maybe um when your babies come up and like, hey yo, or you already said like your son, but like say just some new person, like they got inspired, you know what I mean, and they really want to start making music. You know what I mean? What would you tell that person, or even what would you have told yourself, your former self, you know what I'm saying, as your current self? What advice would you give them? Like how would you like tell them, how to start off?
Um, Two things really. Do it. Like, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about the sound. Just do it. Because procrastination is a motherfucker. And being scared to jump out there, just do it. You know, that was my biggest thing. Like, I had beats on top of beats. Everybody in here, like, what you doing this? And it was like, you're stacking this collection, but you're not doing anything. It's for the love, but it's just like for what you're aiming and what you want to do, you have to do it. Don't be afraid to go to the shows. Don't be afraid to do the shows. Don't be afraid to work with people. Keep yourself, but do it
Right,
because you're going to learn from those experiences. Failures and successes, just do it, man. You have to do it, bro. Like, the only thing I regret is not doing stuff sooner, like, and not
right,
taking it serious sooner, because I always like I got time, or I've always, I don't want to say look at other people and trying to figure out their success versus finding my own. Just do it. You
yeah.
can't look at somebody else because that's stopping you from doing what you got to do. So I would say just do it.
Hey yo,
And you
man.
got resources, bro. You got resources.
True indeed, man. Hey, bro. I really appreciate you coming out, man. We got a two piece, you
Sure.
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Uh, so we gonna rock that out, man. Anything else you wanna say? Anything else you got going on? You wanna let the people know where they can hit you up at, you know what I mean? Anything, any events, anything you got going on, let the people know.
Facts. I'm just working on a lot. I got a couple of drops coming up. I got the clothing line, made in Virginia. I got the
Mm,
dates in the drop, and I'm securing for that coming up. Also, the event, the collab with me and Jack. Also, my own event, Press Play. I'm putting that in the works as well. If you want to follow me, it's Music Head Beats, MUZIQHEAD Beats underscore Music Head Beats. You want to collab? You want to work? You want to rap? Hey, get at me. Music Head Beats. Shout out to Hooligans, Tile Water Mix Guy. Hampton gets the money.
that's what's up, man. Yes, sir. Hampton get it all. We right here, man. Hey, and my man Sway told me to say, "Bam, bam, 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 bam." We
Fact.
out.
Zagazal. Appreciate you.